Tonight, 2 weeks ago, Ricky Hatton held a British Boxing Board of Control licence as a trainer and second and promoter. His boxing licence was still out there, but he was in no condition to box. Let's get that straight right away. Anyway, it went wrong for Ricky when he was filmed with an Irish heavyweight, not Marty Rogan, it has to be said, snorting cocaine in a hotel room. He's been in rehab since. Today he was up in front of the British Boxing Board of Control with his licences on the line. And it didn't, understandably, look good. I'm joined now by the Board of Control's General Secretary, Robert Smith. Good evening, Robert.
Good evening.
Rob, could you just tell us what did happen today at the meeting or the hearing or whatever it was called?
Well, actually, Steve, the meeting took place yesterday afternoon, late yesterday afternoon.
Okay, it was kept quiet.
We announced the decision today.
Thank you.
And obviously, we had Ricky wasn't there; he was unable to attend. Cool. But his solicitor was there, his father was there, and the matchmaker Richard Poxon was there on behalf of Ricky.
Yep.
And obviously, we discussed his current problems and the issues with regard to his licences, and we came up with the decision today to withdraw his boxer, managers and seconds, but to keep the promoter's licence going.
Okay, can Ricky or can his father on his behalf or Poxon on his behalf lodge any type of appeal?
Yeah, Ricky can make an appeal. Everybody's entitled to appeal.
Sure.
I have spoken to the solicitor this morning. I don't believe they will cool. appeal, but obviously they've got 14 days to do so, and they're entitled to do so.
Now, this was voted on by the board and stewards. Yeah, some of your stewards.
There was an emergency meeting.
That's
obviously,
what I thought. Yeah.
We called a meeting relatively quickly, as you can imagine.
Absolutely, had to.
And there was a number of the stewards. It wasn't a full board meeting, but there's a number of stewards there, legal people, etc., and the chairman, a number of others, and we listened to their arguments, and I must say, I have to put hand on heart, I thought they did a very good case. They were very honest with regard to Ricky's current situation, and the stewards there decided on the results, as you know now.
Was he close to losing his promoter's licence, Robert, or wasn't that an issue? Or can't you say?
Yes, it certainly was an issue.
Yeah, good.
You know, it's very difficult. To be honest with you, Steve, and you know as well as I do. Whatever the board did yesterday, they couldn't get it right with some people, couldn't get it wrong with some people. You know?
I'll hold my hands up now. I think you've got it absolutely spot on.
Yeah.
I think you know, you and I know that we didn't like him. We didn't like the idea he had a boxer's license. You know, the whole renewal thing has been a bit wish-washed in some of the papers. You know, the seconds. I understand exactly what you're saying about the seconds license and the manager's license. He's going to be coming into contact constantly. That's the nature of that job with fighters. And I'm delighted. I'm delighted you've let him keep his promoter's licence.
Yeah. Well, I do think that they got it right, and I do think that with regard to his boxer's licence, you know, there are many aspects. We talked last week, but there are many aspects with regard to a boxer's licence. One is a licence fee, of which he had paid,
sure.
But the other part is all the medical implications and tests they have to do. And Ricky was suspended from his previous contest, and I think it was just decided that, you know, he's not in a physical fit state to be a boxer now, so therefore they decided to withdraw the licence. With regard to the managers and the seconds, you know, he's not in a position to look after himself at the present time.
Not.
So how can you look after young boxers coming in? Now, with regard to his promoter's licence, you know, Hatton Promotions is quite a large and extensive organisation, and Ricky's involvement with regard to the promoting of tournaments is quite small. Really.
Absolutely.
I don't deal with Ricky on a regular basis. I deal with the solicitor and I deal with the licensed matchmaker.
Ray and Poxon, yeah.
That's right. And so I think that you know the boy needs help.
Of course he does.
And I think that if you were just to cut him away from boxing, would be wrong. And we all know he's done wrong. He knows he's done wrong. His team around him know he's done wrong. But you know, let's not kick him while he's down. Let's just try and help best we can.
You know what, Rob? That's absolutely right. Especially at the moment, because at the end of the day, you know, he was still unbelievably popular. I believe he still is unbelievably popular, and I'm pleased you haven't made the full decision to cut him loose on all four. I think it's a good move. A bit more positively, Robert. Last weekend's show, the Magnificent Seven, even though there were about 8 or 9 good fights, I got to tell you, I don't know what you think. I thought it was one of our best nights for many, 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 many years.
I think so. I think a lot of praise has to go to Frank Warren for putting it on. You know the problems we had before with fights falling through as they always do, through injury and whatever. But yes, it was great. I mean,
Stunning.
Nathan Cleverly really shone as far as I'm concerned. Chisora did better than I thought he could.
So did I.
And James DeGale, I thought that Dilks was going to give him a really hard night.
I thought 4 or 5 hard rounds.
Wonderful, you know. So, you know, we've got some great talent there. Macklin knocking on the door for a world title, and hopefully he will fight Barker, because that's a fight I really want to see. And, you know, there's some great talent in this country, and we should be proud of them all.
Absolutely. Let's get on the back pages for the right reasons. Robert Smith, thanks for finding the time to speak to us this evening. Robert Smith down. I'm pleased they've done exactly what they have done. Ricky needed to be fined. He needed to lose one or two of those licenses, and I'm pleased they haven't cast him off. Now.